Welcome to the Moon Tales Anime Podcast. My name is Azumi. We're gonna start off with Justice. Justice, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Justice. So glad to be here.
And now, Ken.
Hello, everyone. You can just call me Ken. I'm glad to be here.
Freshie Khan, okay?
Yes, Freshie Khan, the freshest of them all.
The
So
freshest of cons.
we're
Yes.
kind of gonna talk about the anime community today, but we're gonna start off with our experiences or our first encounters with anime. So Justice, what was your first encounter?
Just watching some Canadian channel, like on, it's called, I forget what it was called, but just watching Pokemon. You don't realize these kind of things when you're doing it, when you're first introduced to it. Like, I don't think a lot of people realized Naruto was an anime. A lot of people don't realize Pokemon was one as well. But then it just flowed on into other things like Dragon Ball Z and all the other things kids watch.
Nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Ken?
Yeah, I think I can really agree with what Law said about it not being recognized, because my first encounter with anime was also like a channel called Space Tune. I don't know if any of you
Oh,
recognize
Space Tune,
it, but
love it.
yeah, it's a great channel. But at the time, it was just cartoons. Used to watch stuff like One Piece, like Naruto, even like Bakugan, stuff like that, all used to come on that channel. That was my first introduction, and then
Bakugan was an
Nice.
interesting one because I spent like a lot of my life thinking that Bakugan was an anime. But then I realized it was just like a Western show inspired
wait, it's
by.
not an anime?
No, it's not. It's a Western
Wait,
show
really?
inspired by
I really
anime.
didn't like it.
You didn't like
I love
really-
Bakugan.
I really
I love
didn't like it.
Bakugan.
Bro,
I
everyone,
was more into
everyone.
Yu-Gi-Oh and all that, but I can relate with it too because
Oh, wait.
I think the only channel that I actually watched anything on was Toonami, but I didn't know it was anime.
Oh wait,
Bro.
I actually might be confusing myself. I think Bakugan
Wait,
is
why?
actually Japanese.
Wait, really?
Oh, come on. You had me like, I had this like big realization. You're like, never mind.
Wait, there was this other show that wasn't. Forget what it was, but no, Bakugan 100% was an anime.
All right. Yeah, I don't have to reconsider
was-
my life now.
All right.
But yeah, everyone back in the day in my school used to have a Bakugan, especially the red one. Everyone had that. Like throw it up in the air.
God. My all my
El
friends,
Drago,
at least
was
my
it?
guy friends, all of them just instead of like actually playing in a park, they would play like with like the Bakugan spinners. Am I
Wait, what?
confused
That's
on that?
Beyblade. That's Beyblade.
Oh my
Beyblade.
god!
Bakugan spinners? A
My
zoom.
bad. My bad.
Bakugan are those little balls. Yeah.
Yo, Bakugan spinner. New
Oh, the
series.
balls!
Yeah,
I
the
had
one that-
them.
The one, yes, you have
I
balls.
actually had some.
I used to have metal Beyblades. I used to have metal ones.
Oh, yeah, my little
Yeah.
brother just had like a lot of them.
I had some
kn-
sort of blue one. I don't know what it was called though.
Yeah. Oh, El Drago was a Beyblade, not something from Bakugan.
You
Actually,
are
no.
mixing
Is
it all up.
My brain is just really mixed on this.
Yeah. Wait, let's see. El Drago. Gotta fact check this real quick.
First episode.
It's the main villain's Beyblade. It's like the
No,
evil
but
guy.
wait, El Drago, Bakugan.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah, it's
opposite of Pegasus.
Drago. Drago
Like
is the main one.
Yeah, it's like the
Drago.
opposite of Pegasus. Yeah.
No, in Bakugan, the main one is called Drago.
Oh, I guess they have the same. Ah, the Beyblade is called El Drago. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. There's a
I think that was the one I used to play with, in terms of Beyblades.
El Drago.
Yeah, but again,
I
it
used
was
to
like
have.
I
used to
never
have
really
Pegasus.
had it at home. It was like maybe when I'd go to a friend's house or something.
We would go to like a friend's house, and we would like do actual Beyblade battles. Was
Mm,
fire.
those were good times. Those were good times.
Yeah, good times.
The metal ones were broken.
Yeah, I think just spin them with like the plastic ones everyone else had. Just, like,
Just
explore
start
everyone.
just bodying everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Zumi? What were your first childhood experiences?
Um, well, probably Dragon Ball Z definitely, but I didn't know what anime was at the time. So that's why I used to always count Inuyasha as my first anime cuz I actually knew what it was once I started watching that. And instead of actually watching like Toonami at late at night because I wasn't allowed to, I would just record it and I would watch it in the morning. And then I started watching things like Durarara, I think that's what it's called, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I think there was one called Big Ten, and like
Not to be confused with Ben 10.
Ben 10, yeah.
Big Ten, and
Like
I
Big
remember
10?
really disliking it,
You mean
but
Ben 10?
no, not Ben 10,
Ben 10
Big
was
10.
inspired by Big 10. Yeah, it took
Like
me
Ben
a
10.
while to actually realize what I was watching was anime. Probably too long. Like by
Yeah,
the time I'd already like finished One Piece, Naruto, Bleach, all of Dragon Ball, all like I think there was like 700 episodes of Pokemon at the time. All 700 of them. By the time I finished all of that, then I was like, then I realized it
yeah.
was anime.
You watched
I've
700
really only
episodes?
watched. I really only watched Indigo League. I only watched that one.
I
Wait, wow,
watched,
how do you watch
yeah.
700 episodes of something without knowing that it's anime?
I just there was
Because
these
it's
websites.
Pokemon.
I
Pokemon,
forget. It was like
everyone watched.
Naruto. I think it was like called Naruto Get like .com something like that. But
Ah,
it's gone
yes.
now. But
Piracy.
I used to just I found Naruto on there, and everybody at school was like talking about Naruto, and so I watched it there. And then on the side, there were other options for like Dragon Ball, One Piece, and I think Pokemon was also there, and Bleach.
Yeah.
And so I just thought, oh, it's the same thing. It's a cool show. Just watch the whole thing. It took me like I never really knew about the genre of anime until like well into watching thousands of episodes of anime.
What about
Yeah.
manga? Did you guys have any manga when you guys were older? Well, younger?
No.
No.
I didn't have access to manga. I didn't
Cause
have access to manga.
like my older brother had like a few, so I started with that, and that's how I was introduced to it. My first one was a shoujo manga called "You're in My Secret," and I still have it. It's like really old, but like that was my first encounter with it.
Hmm.
Do you guys remember
Yeah.
when you guys
Like
started
Shoujo.
reading?
Yeah, I do. I remember it was when I was really young. It wasn't under 9. Like I was about probably around 9 or 10 when I got into manga, but that was just because I realized that hey, there's more after the anime finishes, and then that was like a revelation. And then I would
Hmm,
go and try and see what's happening in the next episode of Naruto or One Piece.
Yeah, I can
nice.
understand that because like whenever a good anime ends, you're always wondering what happens next,
Yeah,
and you
that
have to go back
even
to the
now,
source material. Yeah,
even
of
now,
course.
I know you guys really like reading manga. For me, I don't know if I want to invest my time into a lot of the time unless it's like something really well acclaimed like Berserk. I won't often just go read a manga. I'll usually check out the anime first, see if I like it, and if I really like it, I'll continue on with the manga.
I don't know, something about manga, just like even like not even well established manga or like not as good written
It
mangas.
feels different.
Yeah, even those like even when you read it, you can respect the manga for its like art and just the atmosphere. You kind of don't get that from an anime. Like if an anime is bad, it's just bad. But if a manga is bad, like you can
Yeah,
enjoy it, like respect it, like at least
yeah. I had that with I don't know if you guys watched this gambling anime called Kakegurui, but
Oh,
I'm
like
that's
pretty
the
sure
I
one
I
heard
with
watched
that it
it.
was gonna come out.
Yumeko.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember before it came out, I watched I read the manga and it just felt way better reading than watching it.
I think it depends. I think it depends from series to series, but like manga
Yeah,
definitely is really good. Even not well established ones, they're really interesting.
yeah.
I've been myself like getting into manga recently, and I've read a lot of things. It's really
I've
fun.
just read throughout my entire childhood. I just really liked reading more than watching.
I
So
I,
was more into novels when I was a kid.
I can relate to that. I've read and reread more chapters of One Piece than I have read any other manga collectively.
Yeah, One Piece gang.
Yes.
nice.
While we were growing up, or at least I'm a bit older, but while I was growing up, a lot of the anime that were popular were really heavy
Long?
and they were all commitments. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess because they were meant to be put on TV, they weren't really brought into as seasons. They were just supposed to run all year long.
I really miss that. I actually really miss
Nice.
the aspect of like sitting down watching an anime on TV. You don't get that anymore from like
You
you
really
have
don't.
Netflix, you have like Crunchyroll, you
I
all it's all really
I
convenient.
can't say I miss that, to be honest. Like when it just like you're watching Naruto and then on the bottom it pops up. Next up is SpongeBob.
I
I don't
loved that
know.
because
I don't know.
it gave me variety, okay?
No, it gave
But
you something to look forward to. Like everything
yeah.
wasn't so convenient. Like you would sit down like for this special moment and you would watch like that 20-minute episode and it would feel really nice. But now you can just like sit down like binge
Yeah,
like 20,
times have
20
changed.
episodes.
My favorite time to watch TV was when they would like announce, "Oh yeah, we're just going to be playing this on repeat." Like I remember watching this really underrated Disney show called Pair of Kings. It was beautiful.
Hmm.
Everybody should watch it.
I haven't heard it.
Well, 14-year-old me found it funny, so I'm sure everyone's
All
gonna
right.
love it.
Nice.
A lot like
But
Um,
I find
they
it
played it
funny,
on
so
TV
everyone will.
for like 3 days straight, playing seasons, and I would just go to school, come home, glued to my TV, just
Damn.
watching it. That was me binging before binging was cool.
I think my favorite like childhood memory of like watching anime is watching Detective Conan. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's like really long as well. It's not as popular
mhm.
as it was. It's like really like it's not as popular as it used to be, but I really used to like sit down and like watch that. Just be like
Oh
really
my
immersed.
god.
It
I had
felt
that too, but with
oh,
Dragon Ball GT. Like, I
oh,
remember watching all of it in like the matter of a few days, and I was just really happy.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you
I
gonna
think
say?
that's me. I was just gonna say like another thing I miss from back then is like when when you were getting into an anime, you would just like start with the first episode and just keep going.
I
Now,
would.
I
yeah,
don't.
but now,
I disagree.
no, no, wait,
Oh, you go
not
ahead.
finished yet. I was gonna say like now you kind of like get anime recommendations from everyone around you and everyone like the community of
Yeah, but
that
it
anime.
didn't used to be that.
just
Uh, it
just
wasn't
bef-
that open like when we were young. Like, did you
Yeah,
guys go around wearing anime
no, no,
T-shirts
that's what I
or
I
mean.
don't
even
know. You
talking
would have
about the fact
gotten
that you liked
bullied very
anime?
hard.
Like
That's what
times
I
have
mean.
changed. About
Yeah,
everyone now has at least seen
Definitely.
something.
Definitely.
I'm.
Another
Like I
thing that
used to
changed.
not talk
Oh,
about it.
yeah. Another thing that I think that changed, where I kind of disagree with you, Ken, is that a lot of times we would be introduced to an anime, it would not be on the first episode because it was on TV. You just get put right into the fire, and you would see this cool fight between Kakashi and Zabuza, and you're like, oh my god, this is so awesome. I want to watch more of it. Whereas right now, when you get your anime recommendations, you will start episode one, which might not be the most exciting and like eye catching thing, but it gives you a bit of a better image,
I
especially
think
when
I
back
think you
then.
miss okay.
Oh,
I
go ahead.
think you misunderstood my point. Like I was talking about how back in the day when you were starting an anime, for example, you didn't have like the community around that anime. There's people that like it, there's people that hate it. So a lot of people these days try to
Yeah,
impose that on you, and that kind of ruins the experience for some shows, and
I
it
agree.
betters other ones.
I
Yeah, so
agree
that's what I was
because
trying to talk about.
okay, okay, then I completely agree with you. It's just a
Yeah,
misunderstanding. Yeah, a lot of the times the community will just like freak out over something, and it's just like, why?
yeah.
Why are this does not deserve that? And then you see something where it actually deserves that hype. I think in 2019 when Demon Slayer was getting all the love in the world, and Vinland Saga was just there.
Oh my
Like
God,
I
Vinland
just found
Saga.
that atrocious. Like how could you do that?
I felt the
Yeah.
same when My Hero Academia came out and One Punch Man was becoming like really popular during the time. And then My Hero Academia just kind of like skyrocketed for no
I
reason.
think I think
Well,
like
Because One Punch
nowadays
Man was really good.
I think
I think one
nowadays I was just gonna say Boku no Hero right now is kind of decent. I've heard like in the manga.
in the manga, but
Yeah.
I think One Punch Man is actually more popular overall than than My Hero.
No, I
Like
wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
your
Yeah.
average person knows about is more likely to know about One Punch Man than they are My Hero
No,
Academia.
no,
I
definitely
know
not.
No.
comedians who have
Everyone
never
knows
even
about My
okay,
Hero.
you guys are a bit younger than me, so you probably have been
La, it's like
to high
two
school more
years.
recently than me. Wait,
Like 2 years.
I'm like 5 years removed from high school.
No. Okay, okay, yeah,
Well, not five. That's a bit of an exaggeration. So
yeah.
when I was in when I was around like what's trending or whatever it is, people knew more about One Punch Man than they did about My Hero. People were more likely, your average watcher, like not average anime watcher, your average like just media consumer was more likely to watch One Punch Man than My Hero Academia because One Punch Man was just seen as this cartoon and they'd watch it
Yes,
in
and
dub.
it is popular. It is really good, but there's more people that enjoy My Hero Academia.
I think you guys are
Or
influenced by the bubble of the anime community where
No, no. I've seen this
My
we
in
Hero
are
real
not.
life.
Academia is
I've seen this in real life.
We've
Like
seen this in real life.
I've seen
It's
like this one kid.
very like it's very out there.
Yeah,
okay.
I've seen
Everyone
Okay.
this
just really likes
one
Deku.
kid just watching.
Really? Why?
Yeah,
Everyone really likes Deku.
Why?
everyone loves
I don't
Deku.
know.
Deku best protagonist? Question mark?
uh, yeah. Okay. I
But yeah,
just
You
like
feel
don't
I
see
like
think
those people that are like, "Oh, I want to protect Deku." There's those people.
no, no, I
I think
don't.
a
I see people who are like, oh yeah, I want to get like I watch One Punch Man when I'm drunk. Like that's what people say. They they just don't. Um, they don't. I guess people my age don't really like My Hero.
yeah, but the thing is like
You would be
nowadays,
surprised.
yeah, like nowadays I think part of why it's so popular is because there's all of these kids having access to like smart TVs and like tablets and
Mm,
medias to watch it through. And
yeah.
Boku no Hero is like so popular because on YouTube it's like kid friendly, you can watch it
It's
on
more
there.
accessible than
Yeah, so like
it used to be for us.
yeah, so like I think there's like some kind of effect like when you watch a new anime for the first time or like your first anime, you're like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And even as you like go on, like your taste in anime like develops, you still remember this memory from like way back when you discovered anime and this like one anime that you really like, and maybe if you go and watch it you'll be underwhelmed, but like this image of it is still in your head as like the best thing you've ever watched. And I think that's why a lot of people like Hero Academia right now, because they watched it as a kid and ended up really liking it, and then it ended up as their
Mm.
favorite anime or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the community definitely does influence it a lot.
It really does. But
It's
what
grown
do
a
you
lot
guys?
too.
It has. But is that a good thing or a bad thing to you guys?
Like what are
That's
we talking?
that's very
Like
hard.
growth in terms of what exactly? Like the
Like
In
size
for
of
terms of the
community?
example,
fandom, like it
the
has grown
fandom.
a lot. It
I
anime is
think
more accessible.
I
Almost
think
everyone watches anime.
I
okay.
Do
think
you
it's
guys
a
That,
feel that's a
good
good
thing.
thing?
I want to make one distinction for
Okay.
in there. I think when it comes to content creation, it has been very good. Like it has been a very good thing for the anime community because let's say 10 years ago on YouTube, if you made an anime video, you'd probably be the first thing when somebody searches anime. Whereas now you'll have like uh, millions of videos where like a lot of them are really good content and people are talking about people have a new way to express themselves through the community, whether it's through their art or their analysis or blogging or whatever it is. And
I
then
can
on
see
the
that, but
other
yeah,
hand, there's the actual fandom, the people, the consumers. I think the consumers have gotten way worse over time and gotten more toxic,
I think
more
it's because of
annoying.
the elitists. I think it's because of the elitists.
That's one thing. The elitists are one group. The second group that I really get annoyed by are people who are obsessed with power scaling characters from different anime. I just find that so stupid. Then there's
What do
the
you mean by
shippers. The
Goku?
shippers, like shipping is okay if you do it within
Hakugo
yourself,
X
but
Deku all the way.
nah, it's all my ex Deku.
Oh, wow, you're just gonna get
Honestly,
us.
I don't have a problem with
You're
all
gonna
this
get us.
because
No,
the more
I
is
thought you were.
diverse and
I
broad
thought.
our
I thought you were
community is, the
gonna.
better socially because
Yeah.
you're able to make more friends that have like the same interests as
but
you.
then again, they're gonna bring bullying back, and you're gonna get associated with with the people who are like,
What do you mean
uh,
bullying back? People
I
get
like how he
bullied
just.
regardless.
no, you don't get bullied these days for
It's
watching
like
anime. You
I
really
just like
don't.
how he like brings it as like a show that's like been stopped. It's like we're gonna bring bullying back. Like
Yeah, we gotta bring
Yeah,
bullying back. We gotta do it.
bullying just happens. Like it happens
Yeah, but
whether you watch
not for
anime or
anime.
not.
Like
It's not
while
specifically
while
anime.
we yeah while we were growing up, if you liked anime, you were seen as somebody
Yeah, I was seen as a
who was a
weirdo.
bit weird. Like only
yeah.
until I started like maybe getting into high school was it kind of becoming a norm. That was when like Naruto's popularity was soaring and people were like, "Oh, this
Oh.
isn't just something I see on TV. This is an actual genre." And then they
In
moved from
elementary,
Naruto.
I never mentioned it,
Oh,
but after elementary, I just started telling everyone, and I introduced people to it.
hmm,
So
yeah, yeah. I think that's how it happens. Like people get introduced to it. You go to your friends, and then they find it, and then they move on to okay, Death Note,
yeah,
then Full Metal Alchemist,
I
and
introduced
so
many of
on.
my friends to anime, like many people.
I just find people like right now. I just find people who like have seen a couple of anime and they're like, okay, I'm not sure if I like it, and then I ask them what they've seen and they're like, oh, Seven Deadly Sins and Fairy Tale. I'm like, okay, I'll put you on the good stuff.
yeah. Almost
Nah,
everyone has watched Seven Deadly Sins.
I don't get it.
That
It's not
doesn't
good.
genuinely like it.
Yeah, like
Um,
almost everyone,
I think it's
unless they're
cool, but I
trolling.
never really
Yeah,
finished it.
I
like
never
almost.
started it.
I watched like maybe until season two ish. Escanor
Oh,
was cool, but other than him, like it was really bad. It's not as bad as Demon Slayer. Don't get me wrong, but
I don't think. Okay, this is where we kind of like. I agree with you. Demon Slayer is not good. It's not good at all. But like, it's it's entertaining. Like I think that's a good thing to say.
I really I don't think there's like
Bro,
something
that
I've been less
Hakushibu,
entertained by.
Hakushibu in the manga was fire.
I
Also,
didn't read the manga.
the pillars like the crying pillar, the rock pillar. He was really cool. It has some really bad characters and really predictable plot. I think it definitely like Vinland Saga should have gotten more traction, like way more than Demon Slayer.
Vinland Saga, Promised
Yeah,
Neverland, Fire Force, Doctor
yeah,
Stone, all of them
I
were
agree.
leagues better than
I
Demon
agree. I
Slayer.
agree.
And I don't
I
even
agree.
think Fire Force is good.
I've
But
watched a bit of Fire Force. It's like it's nothing special, like to me. Like it's
yeah,
really nothing
but
special.
it's like
Cool guy gets
being
power.
average. Being average is way better than being Demon Slayer.
Yeah. I think Demon Slayer like had some really cool concept with like demons and like art and stuff like that.
The art was beautiful.
Yeah,
The
I think
aesthetic
yeah.
was
Honestly
really enjoyable.
speaking, even though I dropped it, I don't think it was the worst thing in the world.
No, there's definitely things worse than Demon Slayer. It's
I
just
think it
not.
was entertaining
Yeah, that's my
at
part.
I
least
But
to
I
some
really
degree,
did
but
not
I
find
don't
it
think it was
entertaining.
like, oh my god, this is so bad. Like this is
I
really
felt
bad.
that.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
the worst thing
I
I've ever
felt that
yeah,
way.
seen.
yeah.
I
I
did
agree with
not feel that
Azumi.
way.
I agree with
I
Azumi like
didn't
a
Okay.
feel that
lot.
way. I've seen really bad anime. This was at least entertaining.
Yeah, I
This
agree.
okay for me.
Like I can sit
I
through this.
Let me just give you a little bit of insight into how I watch anime. I will often just sit down, whatever I'm doing doesn't matter. Watch like a full episode, and then I'll kind of go over how I felt about it, and like nothing. Almost always, I will complete an episode unless I'm like bored enough to like blow up my brains. And
But you managed to
in the
watch the entire
five
thing.
in the first five episodes of Demon Slayer, I stopped watching it and literally just did anything else.
Wait, really?
12 times. 12 times in 5 episodes. I just stopped. I know this is an obscure number, but it's because I spoke about it with a friend. That's why I remember it so vividly. I was just so bored. Like, it was getting to the point where, like, I could just see the first couple minutes of the episode and know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I don't.
I mean, I don't
Eh,
know. Like you
I didn't
just,
watch enough of it to predict everything.
I finished it. I finished it. Like, I may even finished the manga.
I love
I
Giyu, though.
just, I just, wow, you just love like silent characters or like I am edgy, but
Yeah,
What
like
do you
but
mean? Crollo is cool.
no,
Crollo Lucifer.
Frollo isn't like okay. There's a difference between like characters who are like cool and like mysterious in that sense, but and then there's like the kind of character who's like a social reject, like Gio's like I don't want to talk to you, just
That's
runs
what I
away.
loved about him. Like this super cool, powerful character is getting bullied.
Like Gio's like a social reject. He's like
That's the funny part about him. That's what I actually liked. But yeah.
like Demon Slayer to me, it wasn't like oh my god, I can never watch this. Like it wasn't fairy tale levels, but like
No,
it
Fairy
was
Tail
watchable.
was way better than Demon Slayer.
No, it
Cannot
wasn't.
compare them.
No, it wasn't.
Fairy Tail had heart. Fairy Tail had
Okay,
you
okay, true,
emotionally
true.
connected to
Okay,
the
true,
guild.
true.
Like Demon Slayer never had that for me. I had complete apathy to every single character. Like his family was murdered, and I was like, damn, okay.
I felt a connection to Hakushibu because he was so good.
Who's Hakushibu? What the hell?
Hakushibu, okay, let me. Bro, you don't know Kakushibu? Shame on you.
Was he in the anime? I don't know.
No, he's a manga character.
Okay,
He's
then
so cool.
why are you saying it like I know who he is?
No, because I want to speak of. Like, what do you want?
It's
But
okay.
yeah, like
Tell me what you love about him.
but
his story was actually like decent. Like he had a good story. Like
Hmm.
that whole his whole theme of like his brother was born as like a natural. Okay, his brother is like the starter of like the whole demon slayer guild blaze thingy.
Yeah.
But like his brother, like he was born a natural like sword user. Like he at like 8 years old, he would like come up to like a 40-year-old like sword master and just like beat him in like one strike or something. And his brother, who's been like training for like 10 years, could never come even close to what he was like. and his brother was kind to him and all of that thing. So, like from going from being the family's heir, he went to like being the family's like he's gonna go to the temple and live as a monk. Whereas his younger brother, who loved him very dearly, goes ahead to be like the heir of the family. And like he builds up this toxic, but like at the same time, he was like he still loved his brother. So that whole thing just like goes on for many years. He becomes a demon. He trains his skills, all of that, and then he meets his brother when he's way older, like an old man. And his brother still like beats him in like one strike. But even though like he like really beat him, he died standing after the
Was
strike
this in
because
the
he was so
manga?
old. Yeah, he was so old that he finished the demon off like a really strong demon with one strike because of his technique, but he died because he was so old. And his brother was just left with this never-ending grudge against a brother who really loved him, but as well, like he could never surpass him, and he could never test it as well because he was immortal. But his brother died, and his last thing that he did was like beat him the fuck down. But yeah, Bakushibu, great character. I love him. Any other character
It's
doesn't
amazing.
compare.
Yeah,
That's the whole
I
Kakushibu
just
saga.
couldn't finish it. But I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Like I can sit through it and watch it.
Yeah,
Like I don't hate it.
I
I
don't hate it
don't
either.
I don't technically dislike it. I just didn't finish it.
It's
That's
not
all
that I
there is to it.
dislike it. Like I don't dislike it,
I know
but I
you
think it.
like it.
No, I don't like it. I'm just like I
You
would
don't have
read
to
it.
love it to like it.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. It's just like I think it gets like I think what ruins it for me is that it gets way too much hype. Like for example, the Demon Slayer movie, everyone's talking about it. It's like the talk of the town. But like it's like
Yeah.
really bad writing. Like Rengoku, he had actual potential to be a good character, but what does he end up being? A dead character for the character to like, the main character to be like, oh, I need to train. Like that to me like really takes everything out of the picture. Like, and another thing that Demon Slayer does really badly is like the villains, they give him like some tragic backstory, and now all of a sudden he's a good guy. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. That's
It
like
doesn't.
my like complaints about it. What about you, Azumi? What's a show that you like but don't love?
All right, I just before we move away from it, I
Um,
agree with a lot of the
yeah,
things you
we're
said.
moving away from the anime community. So let's get back to
Oh,
that
that's true. That's
because
true.
we just went on an
Well,
entire rant on anime and yeah. Um so what do
Oh,
you
um,
that's
guys
fun.
hate?
Fun.
This is gonna be funny because I actually have something that I hate. But it's something you guys hate about the anime community because there's a lot to hate.
oh,
I
I'm
think
gonna
I
get canceled,
personally
but furries.
That's
that's
not part of our community. That's a
Okay,
whole
but
different
the
thing.
furry subset within the anime community.
We
like
don't
B
have
stars.
one.
Like B stars. He's talking about
Yeah.
B stars.
We only have B stars. We only have B stars. So it
No, but
honestly does never count.
okay, sure.
I
I
mean,
Tell
my
us,
honestly
thing.
would see it
tell.
as
My thing
people
about B stars is
glorifying
like, uh,
really unnecessary sexual moments in anime.
Oh, also the pedophilia.
yeah. I think that's not like a dislike. That's just wrong. I don't think that's a dislike. That's just wrong.
But it's filled
Yeah.
in the anime community is filled with that.
Yeah.
And
And the
also
whole
the
excuse of
invention
like,
of hentai.
yeah.
I think we
I
As
lost.
mean,
a
hentai is like I don't know. It's like the natural progression of things. Like it was
The
bound to
oh my
natural
god,
happen. Like,
it
progression.
had to happen.
Yes.
yeah, it
It
is.
had to
It is okay.
happen.
Don't okay.
Okay, it had to
Like back
happen.
in
I don't
like long ago when they started doing like movies for the first time. Like what's
No,
the
yeah.
first thing?
they did.
What's the thing they
They
did after?
they done like tentacle porn existed way before like the genre of anime existed.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't hate the genre of this, but like it's just
Zumi, what do you mean it's hentai? What do you mean you don't hate the genre?
I'd say I can't hate it because it's not my thing, but like
Okay, what do you rate hentai, Zumi?
the people are
6 out of 10?
just
Okay,
oh my god.
we before we don't want to get demonetized if we ever
Yeah.
get
We
monetized.
don't. We
So
really
let's
don't.
Yeah, this
I
is
think
about what we hate and love about anime, not hentai.
I think
Okay.
what I really hate about the anime community is like people who really like who judge other for what they watch. Like you can have your taste and subject like when you look at
What
it
are you
from
guys
a
talking about? You
All
guys
right. You're
constantly
literally
judge
just
other
this.
people's.
You're
Okay.
no
you're literally
no
just
okay but like
describing me.
it's almost
Okay.
like okay yeah true okay I don't like you a lot but the thing is like I don't like people who like you do it satirically okay but like I don't like people who are like they see some dude like watching My Hero or something like
Like,
okay I
ha,
would
you
talk
watch
to them I
My
have a
Hero.
debate with them. Yeah, like no, not even that. Like they actually like start bullying them for like nobody cares. Watch what you want. Like no one cares.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
what that's what like yeah
Enjoyment is subjective. I don't mind that. Like
yeah.
if
I think enjoying any type of anime is
like
fine.
if somebody were to
You
tell me
don't need
Fairy Tale
to.
is their favorite anime, I would just be like, oh, that's really interesting. Why is that? And I don't think I would be like, yeah, that's trash, bro. What's wrong with you? Have you seen Full Metal Alchemist? Have you seen One
Yeah,
Piece? Ah, you're stupid. I never say that to someone.
la. What do you mean? It's too long. It's too long, bro. Too long.
It's too long, so it can be good, right? If
Yeah,
if it was good, they would have ended it by now.
yeah. Like come on, it's too long. Had like
Yeah,
a lot of fillers.
yeah, of course, of course. Yeah,
But yeah, that's my
Yeah.
personal thing about anime
yeah.
community.
You
Like
don't like elitists. You don't like elitists at
yeah,
all.
I think that's my like biggest thing. I don't like
I
elitist
guess
like in the slightest.
I guess my contribution will be, it's very minor, and I mentioned it earlier, is the constant debate of power scaling within anime is annoying as well, but also outside of
That's just
anime.
a meme
It's
Like,
though.
so
oh, who's
stupid.
stronger,
It's
Goku or
so
Naruto?
stupid.
It's so stupid, but people are
People would get
so
so
into it.
like overworked over this, and it's just so stupid.
But Saitama can
Luffy,
beat anybody in one punch, but Goku can defeat
Like,
universes.
nah,
But
bro,
Naruto
nah,
can,
bro. Goku would
nothing on that as on Luffy's
destroy him.
300 Gomu Gomu range meter. Like, come
nah,
on.
Luffy going Gama Gama no Baka can slap any character ever. Soge King
Gomu Gomu no.
can
Oh my
slap
god.
anyone.
The thing about I love about Oda is like, or like not Oda, like generally any content like anime or mangaka is like when they know when they know when to make fun of their own content. Like for example, Oda, he doesn't like power scaling, and a lot of people on his community want to know like how long can Luffy stretch his arm or whatever, and he responds with like 500 Gomu and we don't really know what that means. But
Yeah,
it's like a fun way to
similar.
like interact with the community in like a fun way.
Yeah, he said the same thing for Robin, I believe. Like they asked, like, how far can
He
she
does it for
stretch her
everyone.
arms? It's like 200 hana hana, something like that. But Oda
Yeah, he
makes
does it
fun
for
of power
everyone.
scaling. Like, well, not makes fun of it, but he will often choose plot or even just a joke, like a funny scene over power scaling. Like Frankie hitting Big Mom with his motorcycle. Like, that does not make any sense power scaling wise, but it's
Yeah.
just a funny panel.
But I think that also has like a bit of like negatives to it. Like for example, Luffy versus Kakushibu. It's my favorite fight in the whole series. But the thing is, like, if it wasn't like we all know not Kakushiba. I said his name by accident. What was his name? Katakuri.
Kataka.
Katakuri. Yeah. Katakuri versus
We
Luffy.
don't.
Amazing
Let's not
fight. But
spoil it. Let's not spoil it.
okay.
Yeah,
But like if
please.
that
Let's go back.
Let's
are
go back. I just take a step back. Power scaling and why I hate it with a passion is like they don't make any sense. Like there's certain ones that like just irritate me when they're like, "Oh, who's stronger, Minato or Itachi?" And it's like, well, it's whoever the author wants to win that fight. They
yeah. But
both have
that's
very overpowered abilities that are pretty much one shot of each other. Like
I
Itachi
just
could,
don't care enough.
yeah.
I mean.
I don't know how these people can care
I
that
think I think
much.
there's like a negative part to this though.
There's like
Like
a 60
if
comment reply chain on just something like that.
Yeah, but like at the same time, if someone is like obviously stronger than someone else, I wouldn't want this weaker person to win just because the story requires it. I think there's
No,
also like a
no.
fine balance.
I was just
Like,
talking about
who's
the
stronger,
Itachi
Itachi or
and
Kohaku?
Minato.
Who's
Kohaku can
stronger,
win. She's a gorilla.
Senku, Senku or Goku? What do you think,
No.
Flo?
Senku could create an equation to beat Goku. There's a reason he has E equals MC
Mhm.
squared written on him.
Oh,
Bro, I love the Doctor Stone
yeah.
manga. Uh,
I
Yeah.
have to keep reading it. But yeah,
you
one
need to.
thing, this isn't really a hate. I actually enjoy this. One thing I enjoy about the anime community is that like it kind of paved the way for, I would call them subcategories like manhwa or webtoons or anything like that.
Oh no.
Because it did pave a way. And you're only saying oh no because you actually haven't read any. So please read some.
Yeah,
No offense,
I
Ken.
will. I will read some.
I
No,
will
you're
I
right. You're
will
right.
recommend you some because they're actually
No,
really good.
you are right. You are right. I agree. It can be good. I'm just like make it a joke.
Oh,
What do you mean? Killing
my
Stalking
bad.
was great.
Okay, I'm
I
sorry for
laughed out.
introducing you
No,
to manhwa like that. I really am. But it was funny.
nah,
No, it
Zuri.
wasn't.
Nah,
It
Zuri.
wasn't.
Can't believe you.
It was not funny.
It
Okay,
was
Hey,
funny.
Law,
my
watch.
reaction
Read
might have
this.
been funny,
Read this
but
cool.
no, it was not funny. The content
I
was
gave
not funny.
him a level of trauma, Ken.
This reminds me of like this one time I was trying to listen to music with like a bunch of my friends, and they would just like on Discord they would like use the bot to queue up like Bakugo X Reader while I was studying. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, manhwas. I haven't dabbled in them myself, but I might. Isn't like soul leveling one, or is it a manga?
Solo leveling was actually a manhwa. I
Yeah.
actually
So
read
I'm
it
gonna
as a
read it.
manhwa. It was never a manga. So you definitely should because it's kind of paving the way now and a lot of these works are actually becoming anime.
Yeah. I like that aspect of like bringing other subcategories to anime. I think that's a really good way to integrate the source material into actual content consumable by most people. So it's a positive.
Definitely.
Mm. I
Um
Also,
think
I was
another
trying to
thing.
avoid talking about this. I was trying to avoid talking about this, but like a recent controversial like topic in the anime community was like Attack on Titan, like really controversial.
What about it?
Like some people,
also
no, like some people really like it. So like the ending and like the direction it took. Some other people really don't like it, and
Yeah,
there are
I
some
agree.
people sending death threats. Some people are sending death threats to the author. Like
Genius.
I
oh
don't
god.
think
I think it's
I don't
similar
think
to when do you remember when this might be a Tokyo Ghoul spoiler, but when Ken ends up
hell
with
yeah,
Toka and everybody just like
that's
starts
me.
slamming the creator because everyone wanted him to end up with Hide.
What the? Okay, there's this
They
is
wanted
another
him
thing
to
about
end
like
up with him.
this is another thing of mine that I dislike is like whenever two dudes in anime are like homies, they
They're
trust each other, they have
homies.
any sort of connection. Everyone is like they should be
It
together. They trust each
literally
other. They
They're
like each
literally
other. No, they are
homies.
just
it
friends.
doesn't have to do that. Like, do you know how much Itachi x Sasuke fan art there is out there?
Oh
Like,
my
There's
god.
a lot of it.
they
There's a
don't have
lot
to
of
be
it.
I
homies.
think what
It's
like
people are crazy.
yeah. I think what bothers me most about that is like whenever you try to talk with someone, they're like, "Oh, they trust each other and they depend on each other," and I'm like, "You're just describing a normal friendship. Like
Yeah.
this is not a relationship." Like I don't know. I just find it
I do remember
weird.
one
I
time
find it
where
weird.
Law said that Naruto was gay for Sasuke because no dude would go to the ends of the earth to find some other dude. Like
I remember saying that. Yes, that's how. Uh,
But yeah, moving on from that, what do you
I
guys?
just before we
Yeah.
move on a bit, one thing that I didn't get to mention earlier that I absolutely like, it's a love hate thing how quickly they react, the community reacts to things, but I just like absolutely love the memes, the memes, and all forms of content creation, like fan art, how quickly it's made. Like people will have like a recent chapter will come out and there's a new character in One Piece and there's already so many fan arts of them and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, this is just so awesome. And then when it comes to JoJo's just the memes are endless.
Oh
Okay.
my God, they
Here's
are.
I
but the
love it.
JoJo
They
memes, like
are.
here's the thing. There's the funny ones, and there's the JoJo reference kind of
Okay, those
like
ones are just annoying, but I'm talking about the ones where this dude, this dude I was like seeing a post of like Joseph at the end of part three like dying on the ground, and it's like this fight would have been way different if he had a Tommy gun in his back pocket. He would have beaten Dio in 2 minutes
okay, yeah.
flat.
These types are really funny. Like these kinds are really funny. But like
Bro.
the Zawardo, and then they just keep repeating the same thing. These type of people just drive me nuts. Like I can't
Okay,
stand them.
yeah, those ones that are just like it is I Dio or Kono Dio that like those ones are just annoying.
Like everywhere they go, like you thought it was me, but it's Dio. Like okay, dude, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It's pretty cringy.
One thing I don't hate.
I
I mean,
mean,
one thing I do hate is that Dio kicked the dog. That was not okay.
He
what do you
said
mean? That's the
dogs are
best moment.
haram.
They're
Haram gang.
halal outdoors. He was outdoors and he
Okay,
kicked the
okay,
dog.
okay. You're
All right,
speaking some
this
facts.
isn't halal podcast. This isn't halal. Just
Halal
bring back to
tells.
the anime. Halal.
For a long time, this was the Demon Slayer anime podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys don't know this, but we had like a whole channel, Demon Slayer. Ah, it's
definitely.
crazy.
We definitely.
La used to love Demon Slayer, but like something happens. I don't know what.
Everything
I don't
changed when
know.
the Fire
Playing too
Nation
much.
attacked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So, what do you guys see in the future of the anime community? I see a lot more cosplay, a lot more weebs, and um a lot
I think
more
what I'm looking. I don't know. I think
social
of what I'm.
interaction.
Yeah, what I'm looking forward to the most is like anime being more socially accepted as a way of media rather than something weird. Because like even though it's like more accepted nowadays, some
Mhm.
people still like see anime as like this weird thing when it's in reality like movies. It's like movies. You have genres, you have the good ones, you have the bad ones, and I
Yeah.
kind of want anime to move from integrate itself from like the community that it is to like something more widespread, like a more widespread type of media, like movies. Like I have to imagine when movies were starting to become a thing, people must have thought it was weird to like sit down straight, like stare at a screen for like 2 hours, but now it's like widely accepted.
Normal.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
so
think
like
that's gonna
there is
happen.
some people.
Definitely.
Yeah,
The
In
word
time.
binging.
The only thing
We all do.
that's going to hinder it from happening sooner is the community and people just being extremely cringy when talking about anime, like we were just talking about the overused jokes that like just aren't
yeah.
funny, or people like weebs in general, how they glorify Japanese culture and they try to put down their own culture.
I
And
think. Well, I don't
But
think they put down their own culture. I
some do.
think
Like
it's a
I'm
good
sure
I've
thing
it's
to
seen
pretty.
learn about Japanese
I've
culture.
seen a lot of weebs do
Because
that.
I remember learning a lot. Like it kind of
I
got me
love
to learn a lot about their culture, and I think it's a like it's an amazing thing to do.
No, don't. I
It
just
is,
want to
but
clarify
like,
this. I want to clarify one thing. I I don't think it's wrong to study other cultures. Like I love learning about different cultures, like learning about history and geography and all those things that come together and paint a better picture of this world. But the way that weebs go about it and their obsession and their like fetishization, if that's a word, of Japanese culture, it just rubs me the wrong way.
I think,
How
but
so?
the thing about
Like,
this, the thing
are
about
they
this is like
cultural
this is also
appropriating? Like, what do you mean?
no.
It's the
Like he's talking
it's
about
their
yeah,
obsession with it in a way that's
yeah.
just it's not purely for the
It's
sake
not
of gaining
fascination.
knowledge. It's
It's
not
not
about gaining
fascination.
knowledge. It's just about trying to adopt it
Yeah,
because you're in this community and that's what you do. Like anybody who wants to learn a Japanese, go learn Japanese. Go live in go to Japan, live there. Enjoy your time. But it's it gets a bit it gets a bit weird when it gets to
Mhm.
like um kind of just yeah.
yeah. I agree. I think like this also ties back to the fact that anime is more accepted as a Japanese business rather than something anyone could make. Because
Yeah, it's
like
their own
if you
thing.
go to movies, like if you go to any other kind of content or media, you have people fetishizing Star Wars, people really delving into Marvel movies,
They
people
do the same thing
doing
with
that
like
kind of thing.
other cultures like
But no,
K-pop.
yeah,
Like they
yeah,
do it to a point where it's just weird.
yeah.
Like
It
Like
is.
you never see it in like other like movies because movies like the term movie or any other
no
media,
one
anyone can make it. But
no one
anime,
watches mob films and just decides, okay, I'm obsessed with Italian culture. I'm going to
yeah,
look at their videos of their women online. I'm going to try and learn things in their traditional clothing. I'm going
wow,
to learn their stuff. It's just
stop
weird.
exposing, please.
Weebs are weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
I
see where
agree.
you're
I
going.
agree.
Yeah.
But
I think in the future though, just I think it's going to mimic real life in that every time there's going to be generations. So far, I think we are probably a part of the second generation of anime watchers because there's like the OGs who like watched like the mecha animes in the 80s and grew up on that. And then we were more close to watching 90s anime and early 2000 anime growing up. And then there's
yeah.
going to be this next wave. And each generation changes in their own ways. And our generation, most people are going to be like, "Oh, Naruto's the best," and before that, who knows? I don't know. I don't talk to people over 30.
I mean,
Uh,
we kind of grew up with 2000s anime or anything like
but
90s too, but anyone that actually genuinely grew up in the 90s would probably have a more sentimental feeling towards the older stuff.
yeah, but as like I was saying, it's going to be divided kind of in that way as we go along, and each generation is going to go back and feel nostalgic about it. And just like in real life, the older generations are going to just be like, yeah, my stuff was way better. See, Full Metal Alchemist, it's so much better than this new anime. It's so much it's going to be that kind of thing throughout. That's what I'm
Yeah,
predicting. Well, it's probably already happened at this point.
yeah.
Yeah, it's already happening. I think it's already happening.
But I
Do
mean,
you
I feel like it's
guys
going to
have
become even more polarized as time goes on and as new anime come out. And
Honestly, I feel the opposite. I feel the opposite. I feel like anime is one of those medias you can still appreciate even if you have something you think is the best. You can still watch new animes and appreciate them, unless they do some like
I'm not
really
saying
big
that.
change. I think
I'm not saying that. What I was saying was like polarized in terms of like each generation will still be like oh, back in my day, blah blah blah. But I think
That
we're still
always
gonna
happens.
enjoy
Yeah.
things as they come out. Um, Another thing that I've noticed in the anime community is like once they see like an anime is successful, there will be like 20 knockoffs just come out. Like how
Yes.
SAO
Um.
SAO created a genre, and I don't think SAO is good personally, but
Oh
I
my
think it's
god.
respectable for how it kind of really pushed forward the isekai genre. And now
Also
there's
with
like every season there's four isekai new
also
shows.
with ReZero that kind of paved the way for like in another world kind of genre. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
ReZero is, I think it's, I don't know. I feel like it's somewhat
I
inspired by
never watched it.
SAO.
I've
I
never
feel like
watched
it's
it.
inspired by SAO, like
I
the whole
don't think it
isekai
is.
thing.
I think every
Okay,
isekai
but
is
Isekai was there
inspired by
way
SAO.
before SAO.
That's
Yeah,
This
but
is
true, but
a
it's
I mean, in
one.
whole
terms of
different
how it was
category.
popularized, I
Like
feel
I'm
like.
pretty sure both of them were just inspired by Eki
Uh,
or harems. Harems, I mean.
Why? I don't know. I feel like the concept of going into another world is something that
it's been
isn't really
around,
going to be inspired by like, yeah, like it's a
but
Yeah, but it
I'm
became
it's a
saying
its
good
own
I'm
thing,
concept.
if you know what I
I'm
mean.
saying it became its own thing because of SAO and
Yeah,
how much
because of SAO.
it popularized
I
that
agree.
idea, and now suddenly because SAO was kind of like a weeb's heaven, an average looking character who is pretty much useless in real life, average in every single way, goes to a different world, and now suddenly they're perfect at everything, and all the girls love them, everybody loves them, but still somehow they're cool and edgy and away from everyone
Yeah,
Yeah.
else.
that's what I see in
But
harems.
but
Like, have you
that
guys ever watched Rosario Vampire?
no,
You guys
No.
probably haven't.
no.
The,
But I'm saying the idea of going to a different like medium or a
Azumi's
different
like,
world, whatever it is, like other dimension, other universe, or like just into a game, that was heavily popularized by SAO.
yeah, I
okay,
agree.
yeah,
And so I feel
I
like
can agree.
there's probably going to be more spring ups of that, like a new
It's probably
thing that's just amazing, but then there's going to be like 20 knockoffs within a year.
it's probably similar to Dragon Balls and Shonen and One Piece and like all of the great shonens. They inspired so many other shonen. I think it's really similar to
But
that.
a lot of the time in shonen, the what was inspired was kind of character quirks, like how every shonen character can like eat a lot,
Yeah,
probably because of Goku and their ever strong will and loving being a
Yeah, the
hero and stuff.
stereotypes.
Those stuff, but I don't think the
yeah.
story, like the basis of the story, is never just ripped off as
Oh,
hard
true.
as it is
That is true.
with isekai, where like it's
Yeah,
just
I agree with
feels
that.
like the exact same thing, just like
Another
printed
world where I
again.
am
But
reincarnated
the
as
thing is
a
like
jellyfish.
how much can you really like create something new in an isekai setting? Like you either have two options. It's either a game or another world. Like what if like you don't have
It
many
was
options.
that the slime anime was pretty funny. Like I heard like when he was dying, he grabbed his friend and told him, delete my search history. That was his last words.
That's kind of funny.
I'm dead.
I mean,
That's a true weeb.
you can definitely like grab like an isekai setting and like give it some amazing writing or some like really good characters, but
That's
like
kind of like what ReZero did.
yeah, but the setting or the story, the premise of the story is kind of the same in each
It's
isekai.
still really bland to me
Yeah,
because they feel like they're ripping off the same thing.
like
Isn't
with ReZero, like I tried watching the first episode, but like it just didn't interest me. It's like the same setting, it's like the same medieval kind of thing. It's like I've seen it so many
they
times.
all have the exact same city? Like if you
Yeah, and there's
like the map is always
yeah.
the same. There's that river that goes through. There's those tall walls. They're all the same.
No, there's also there's always this blacksmith with this tall dude, tall jack dude who's like here are your weapons, and he's always a nice dude. That's always a theme. It's like the bald head, jacked, with like
And then
spears
the
and swords.
bartender girl that becomes a part of the
Yeah,
harem. All right.
I think an example of like a like something like we're talking about like stealing stories like because of isekais like so bland, but like there is other interesting examples like Black Clover. It's really like it's grabbed all of the cliche tropes out of shonen and it really made them like really good in its own story. So that's a good example of like something you grab and you can like recreate it in
I,
a better way.
I think those shonen tropes, like, I don't think I absolutely loved them in Black Clover, but I feel like it had
They're
certain
interesting.
remasters. Like, for example, rivalry in Black Clover is like
It's so
different than
much better.
almost every other um like cliche shonen, where
Yeah.
their rivalry is actually just wholesome.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's something a lot of shonen are missing.
yeah, like Sanji and Zoro, like, sure, they're there for each
They're
other
not
when it
rivals.
counts,
Yeah, but they're
but they
not
hate each
rivals.
other. Well, they are in some way. They compete with each other a lot. I'd refer to them
I
as
wouldn't
rivals.
call it. I don't wouldn't call it rivalry. I would just call it like Sanji getting like a bigger bounty, and he's like,
They
ah,
both
Zoro,
want to
like,
be stronger. They both want to have the higher bounty.
yeah.
Like, they both want to flex harder.
But
Like,
they're
there's a
never.
reason why there was a cover art of like Sanji and Zoro both knocked out next to each other, and they're both dreaming of fighting each other and winning. Like, if
Yeah,
that's not a
but
rivalry, I don't know what is.
okay, but the way I see a rivalry is it's like a race to a goal. Like for example, Asta and Yuno, like they both want to be Wizard King, so they have a goal in mind. They want to reach that. Sure, like Zoro and Sanji, they're
But
both like
it's
fighting each
not.
other. They want to be
It
stronger,
doesn't have to
but
be.
there's no common goal.
Yeah, it is. They do want to have. They want to have superiority over each other. They want to be stronger. They want to have a higher bounty.
This
Like,
is
their
just
competition
like
doesn't have to be a completely defined title. Like, I want to be the Hokage. Oh no, I want to be the Hokage. Okay, now we're rivals. It doesn't have to be that way. It could just be, I want to be stronger than you.
but
And I
to
feel
me
like,
that's what makes a rivalry. To me that's what makes it interesting in an anime.
sure, okay, that
As much
I
as
can't
I
argue with that your
as
opinion.
much as I like love the dynamic between Sanji and Zoro, I do wish for more moments when they're like actually, we're both of the same team. We have to, actually trust each other. Because like
Recent chapter.
no, I mean it's a chapter like 900, you know what I mean? So that's what like of course Oda does that like a lot, but like I wish it was more often because like I miss the old vibe of
Yeah,
One Piece. Like
yeah,
right now it's
definitely.
really good, but like I miss the old vibe. Like a
Yeah,
bunch of lads going on the sea, fighting
yeah,
monsters.
yeah. I think, like, overall though, One Piece, One Piece has been really great for how it's been over the generations, and how it hasn't exactly adjusted. It's just been kind of a set standard, and we've seen things change around it. Where it's really like one of the only anime that I see now that's consistently week to week. Like, even Black Clover recently changed to being seasonal anime.
Wait, did
Yeah, I
I didn't
believe
know
so.
that actually.
So I think definitely in the future of anime, we're going to be seeing a lot of seasonal anime. I think that's going to become the new standard, probably for good,
Yeah, I
because
think
that's
we're
more
moving away. We're
profitable.
moving away. Yeah,
And
we're moving away from the
one thing
era of like long.
I really, really hope for the anime community is that they stop valuing things only for animation, because studios will just give, like, producers will give money to like a trash manga to make a fire anime with really good animation, but the story is just bad, like, really bad. Like if the community decided we're not going to just shower this thing with love because it has good animation, we could make it a standard that the people make like the companies producing the anime have to actually look more in depth into
I
it.
think I think this is mainly because of like companies look at it as like a business. So like they target the audience that is like more likely to watch this. So they target a young audience. They want like a cliche story because as a kid you're not really diverse enough in stories and storytelling. So you're kind of like really into cliche stories. So they hire that, and as well they pair it up with a really amazing visual, like a really amazing visual, so that they attract more viewers, they attract more young audience. So that I think that's part of why you like that problem you mentioned. That's what I believe anyway.
Yeah, that could solve it.
How do you think anime like are accepting of new viewers, like different communities?
I
Like for
think
example,
anime's
One
doing
Piece
fairly
community.
I think
well.
they're accepting.
They're really accepting, I feel, and I think
I
that'll
don't think
probably
anyone that
continue.
watches anime will tell someone not to.
There's no gatekeepers, except like
Yeah.
incels who would be like, yeah, girls don't watch anime because you guys can't watch anime because you never got bullied in school for it. When like you guys definitely did.
People say that. There's literally
People
e-girls
say that.
cosplaying as different
Azumi, people say
anime girls.
everything.
No offense.
People
Incels
say
like will
everything.
say incels will be like, yeah, girls can't like Star Wars because they didn't like it back in the day.
I
Girls can't
like
play
Star
video games.
Wars.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I've
it
never been a big
sucks.
fan, but it's
I think
somewhat
I
interesting.
think like also like relating to that, I think also like in the early days, anime or like shonen in particular, it was more directed at like a male audience. You get the super buff like main character that like, eats a lot and gets all the girls, and it's more directed at towards like a male audience. So I think that's why people are like, oh, girls can't like this, type of thing.
Anime? I think you're
Yeah,
only
like
talking about
shonen.
shonen though.
Yeah, I'm
No,
talking
Like,
about
that
shonen. I
okay,
said
guys,
shonen
yeah,
in
he
guys,
particular.
is.
no offense. I know
He
you
is.
guys
I
only
said I
technically
said
like,
shonen.
okay, I know,
I,
but like,
I
it's
said
not
shonen.
just, anime isn't just shonen though.
Yeah,
I
we know
know. I
that.
never
We
said that,
know that.
Azumi. I
I don't
said
get it.
shonen in particular. Azumi, I
Oh,
said shonen in particular.
oh my bad. I
Azumi.
just, I need to start zoning out.
Azumi, I actually like haven't watched that many shonens. I've read and watched more seinen and more like
I love
slice of life
seinen.
more than actually
Yeah.
more than shonen. So like you think I'm like a big shonen guy, but
Wait,
like I've
can
only
you
watched
watch
One
Slice
Piece.
of Life?
Yeah, he's a loser too.
Back no, back in the day, like when I first started watching, like yeah, I would watch like a one here or there. So
Slice
yeah,
Nice.
of Life is just like an anime sitcom, and
I just
They're
so
like
good. They're actually
they're
really
I
good.
not.
don't find them interesting
Have you
right now.
actually genuinely watched one?
I don't find them
Couple,
interesting right
but
now,
If you
but like
haven't, I don't think you can
back
say
then,
anything on it.
I have
I think
What have you watched?
back then I was like,
don't remember, but it was trash. Okay.
Oh my
no,
we'll
god.
that
we'll
doesn't
watch
work.
we'll watch we'll watch a slice of life anime just for the
I'm
podcast.
definitely showing you guys a lot of things.
Okay.
Okay,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
all right.
Here's the thing. I think what Law's trying to say, like, okay, back when I used to watch these kind of things, I was like, I would just wanted to watch anime. I just like, I want to watch anime, any anime. So like, I picked a slice of life or like whatever. But
That was
like,
kind of me too, though.
the
So I can
main
see.
thing,
Yeah.
yeah, I think the main thing Law is talking about is like, okay, a slice of life can be interesting. It can have good characters. The most it can offer you is like a guy going through high school or a guy going through this. It's not gonna give you or provide you any like deeper themes, like for example,
It
Hunter
will.
x Hunter is like so much more interesting.
Okay.
No, it won't.
Let me
Like
also
you
just
can't
say
have
this.
like death and
We
life.
Yes, it
people
will.
have no,
It
it
will go
can.
through that
It
because
really can. I'm not saying that it can't have deeper themes and stories. It's just I watch anime for the setting in a lot of cases, which is I love the idea of adventure when it comes to any genre. And slice of life is the opposite of adventure. You're going through the same
Yeah,
backdrops every single episode. It
Yeah,
becomes so
yeah.
mundane and annoying.
I enjoy
Like
it
yeah,
personally.
we're different people, and
So
I'm not
it's to
saying
each
there's
their own.
anything wrong with you. Like I'm joking when I say like Ken's a loser for watching slice of life.
Like
I'm just
Laws, like
I
joking.
know you're
I'm not
joking.
judging you. Also, Law 5 minutes later. You watch Shoujo, it's so bad.
Man, Johan sucks. But like,
You
he's
mean you
thick
mean
though.
John Library. Bro, call him by his proper name, come on.
Monster.
Johan Liberto.
Yeah. I think like there's
I'm
nothing
culturally
wrong
appropriating his name.
Okay.
nothing there's nothing wrong with liking slice of life. But I
There
still
isn't.
stand by my opinion. But
I
like, cause like I was having this
honestly,
conversation with someone before. Yeah, go ahead.
I honestly will say that like I'm gonna try to get you guys to at least watch maybe something small and see how you guys take it in.
Yeah,
Cause
of course. I have no problem
they're
with that. I have
not.
no problem with that.
I
Everyone
suppose
just
we should.
focuses on the stereotypes, and they never really bother to actually watch any.
No, no, like I
Yeah,
agree with that. I agree
I
with
And
think
that.
we should
it
talk.
honestly depresses me.
Okay, here's the thing. For me personally, like I was having this discussion with someone about Haikyuu, sports anime, talk of the week. All of the people are watching it. They were saying it's better than JoJo. And I've never seen Haikyuu. Like this is hypocrisy on my part. But I can't
It's
imagine
better
that.
not to argue with these people because they don't know anime. No offense.
It's like me, like not argue with me, or like with people who
With
think Haikyuu is
people
better
that
than
do
JoJo.
that because they're probably just starting to watch anime or
Yeah,
haven't
okay.
watched a lot of them.
Like even if Haikyuu had like some top tier writing, like some amazing like characters, all it can offer you is like a high schooler trying to win a match. At the end of the day, it's never gonna have like a ideology struggle or like a
And
philosophical clash.
I really feel like you're undermining a lot of things by saying that. Like there we don't have to have a monster to understand like a philosophical clash. We don't need to have like some deep um like we don't
No,
have
I
to have a
agree.
physical clash. Like there could
I
be
don't.
an ideological clash between who, like for example, let's say a captain
That's
on
not.
one team and how he matches up with a captain of the other team. Again, I don't like sports anime personally. I find them boring because again, I watch things for the like not only for the settings, but settings can influence how much I like an anime. And
Yeah.
a a school setting
Yes,
is like the
like
worst setting I could imagine.
I just think that slice of life anime can't provide you with themes of like people going through war, people going through
Oh yeah.
like famines, people through going through all of
Okay.
that. It's just
That's
not the
fair.
same. It's just not the same. That's
Okay.
what I've been trying to say. Like a slice of life anime can't give you these things. I want to watch
Okay.
something I've never experienced. I've played sports before.
Yeah.
I've went to school before. Like I
I
went to school.
I've been saying
Like
that like I've always said why the hell would I watch an anime about basketball when I can play basketball?
I
yeah,
literally
like
can't. I really like Slam Dunk. It's literally the only sports
okay,
anime I
slam
like.
dunk,
I can't play
slam dunk.
basketball.
Okay,
Law
I
knows
can't.
this. I am too short.
Yeah,
So
I
it
can't
gives
trash
me.
on slam dunk. I can't trash on slam dunk because it's actually
You
good.
watch Slam Dunk?
Of course, it
My
came on. Like I
brother
So
watched it when I was a
good.
loves
kid.
It's so
Diamond
good.
No Ace. I think it's called Diamond
Wait,
I
what
No
is
have
that?
not
Ace.
watched that.
It's a baseball anime and some like anime elitists love it and I was just like I cannot bring myself to like an anime about a sport I don't even like. So,
Yeah. No, I mean
uh,
baseball can be interesting. I just don't find sports anime, slice of life.
You've clearly never watched a
Shoujo.
baseball game. You've never watched a baseball game, have you?
Okay,
I've
maybe
watched
not
a
a baseball
baseball
game,
game.
but like an anime baseball game can be interesting. Like for example, Jujutsu Kaisen. It made it interesting.
They have superpowers.
Fair. That's a fair. Kind of
Anyways,
forgettable.
Yeah. Do you
we
guys have
talked
any other
about
comments?
no, we talked about monsters. So I think we should like introduce to our viewers something we're gonna do for the podcast. So about
Yeah.
at the end of every podcast, we're going to introduce like an anime for the next week, and that anime will be not only a topic of discussion, but it's going to be a jumping off point to talk about um, anything of our choosing, and
Any other themes around that topic
the
or anime?
themes around it, and it'll give you a chance to take the time to watch it, and it'll give
Yeah.
us the ability to talk about something and share something new with each other. So the anime for next week is Monster. You can watch the anime or the manga version by, I believe, what was his name? Naoki Urasawa?
Naoki Urasawa, yeah.
Okay. So, yes, Monster by Naoki Urasawa.
Yeah, if you can't
Gonna
find
be-
all the episodes, they're probably
YouTube.
all on YouTube.
They're
Gonna be a
all on
controversial
YouTube.
one.
They're literally all on YouTube.
They are really all on YouTube. But
Next
it's going to
episode?
be, it's a really, it's an elitist anime.
Yeah, definitely. But it has
Well, I
some
just
good
never
to it.
understood the complexion.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
no,
well, you don't
clearly,
understand.
I cannot understand the thematic complexity of the cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah, well,
It is
Clearly,
wrong.
I am so dim-witted that I couldn't comprehend its grandeur.
For anyone that's confused, Law just can't understand Monster because of how distractingly thick Johan is.
He
uh, and I just love how they say
is laughing because it's
the
true.
anime. Like I love
Yeah, it is
just
true.
Dita. Like they're calling this 10-year-old child
Okay,
Dita.
let's
Like
save it. Let's save it for next time.
Save it for next time. Save it for next time.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, everyone.
So
We're gonna be signing off, everyone. Take care.
okay.
This is gonna be it
Take
for the week
care.
then.
Yes.
We hope to see you in the next one. Should come along. It's gonna be fun.
Very
Bye.
fun. See you.